Hello? I don't know what's working and what's not. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Amaze the Storyteller here, back at you with a brand new video, and today we're talking about who would win. A very simple who would win video. Nice, smooth versus battle, if you will. Now this one comes from our fan, Gross97654. That's an individual I just made up. That's not even true. But today's video is gonna be who would win, Chopper or Gojo. What? Am I messing with you? Am I being a little silligus? Am I being a little silligus? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, who would win, right? With Gojo having the 6 eyes and all the domain expansion shenanigans and being able to have a once-in-a-lifetime, really once in a generation, no, really once in a clan gift that's able to pretty much shut up everybody in the verse and really make him an overpowered individual overall. And then you have Chopper in the other corner, who's able to turn into an absolute fucking freak of a monster and smash everything in his wake. He has a bunch of different transformations like Kung Fu Point, Heavy Point, Arm Point, pretty much all those things. He's a really cool character. Now, the reason I'm making this video is more to be funny. I think it would be a really funny battle because obviously Gojo wins, right? Gojo stomps the shit out of Chopper. But I think it'd be fun to give Chopper a domain expansion himself, right? So Chopper ate the Hito no Mi model human. That's right, he ate a human devil fruit. Himself not being a human, he can't really utilize it to its fullest potential outside of the 3-form transformation every normal zone has. It was stated by Oda that if somebody ate this fruit, they would become enlightened, right? And then we got introduced to Sengoku the Buddha, and that all changed or whatever. Cool, fine, whatever. Chopper's Devil Fruit ability allows him to get 3 standard transformations that all zones are able to utilize. He's got his base form, which is his deer form. Then he's got his hybrid transformation, which is when he's in Heavy Point. And then he's got his full transformation where he can essentially go full human. Now what's weird about Chopper is that I don't think we've ever actually seen him go full human. It seems to me that he's always in some kind of hybrid form. Now I could be wrong. It could be something more along the lines of his hybrid transformation, something like Arm Point maybe, or Horn Point, which would make sense to me. But Heavy Point seems to be the hybrid, and that might even be the full version. I don't know. I just talk about One Piece on the internet, guys. Don't judge me. So to make this fair for Chopper, we're going to assess accurately that his transformation is full deer, is his base form. His hybrid form is Horn Point or Arm Point, and then his full human transformation is Heavy Point. Everyone in agreement? Cool. Now Chopper utilizes the Rumber Balls in order to force more transformations so he can completely harness the essence of his Devil Fruit and utilize multiple transformations in order to help the crew out whenever they're in trouble. Gojo, on the other hand, is a masterful martial artist, complete with every single pretty much overpowered ability you can think of outside of the specifics like the 6 eyes and the domain expansion, the purple world or whatever it is. I don't know that much about Jujutsu Kaisen or Gojo. I've seen it once. It was cool. Again, I've made tons of videos about how I hate it. I don't hate it. I just think it's funny messing with Jujutsu Kaisen dick riders, as I mentioned in my video. Now, the key is, and the really important thing about this fight, is one, the One Piece world and the Jujutsu Kaisen world are very similar, actually, when you look at what the minority characters are capable of. I'm talking about guys in One Piece like Lulu, for example. Lulu, for the most part, is a superhuman, but to us as fans watching individuals like Luffy, Kid, and Law, Lulu is nowhere near the power level of those 3 named individuals. However, Lulu could easily stomp a normal human in our world. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. There's a lot of minor characters within Jujutsu Kaisen that would absolutely stomp the shit out of normal humans in our world, and by extension, compete with the One Piece world. It's pretty even part because the utilization of cursed energy allows these individuals to become much stronger, up to 100 times to even 1,000 times stronger than their normal capabilities. It can even act as armor. In the One Piece world, you also have this concept in the form of Haki. So it's actually relatively similar. Now Chopper has no means of defense against Gojo. It's not even a real fight. So to scale this up, as I mentioned before, we're going to give Chopper a domain expansion. And this domain expansion's absolutely insane, right? It essentially allows him to summon 1,000,000 shadow deer human hybrids to beat the shit out of you, right? Because Chopper's ability should be something along the medical lines, but what if it wasn't? What if the hate that Chopper held in his heart from how the humans treated him in the past gave him an advantage into accessing and utilizing cursed energy. Now we're getting somewhere. Now I've hooked you. You're watching this now, motherfucker. Right, so Chopper's deep insecurities, deep-rooted fears of humans in general from when he was beaten and tortured by them allows him to have a relationship with cursed energy that is unlike anybody else in the One Piece verse. There's a lot of darkness flowing through Chopper, and he's able to control it and also hide it, which gives me reason to believe that him utilizing cursed energy is something he would be pretty much essentially a natural at. He'd be a prodigy at utilizing cursed energy, and this would allow him to have a unique domain expansion, in which in this domain he's able to control the finer aspects of everything around him. Now, similar to Fushiguro, where he can summon and utilize shadow spirits in a different realm, Chopper is essentially able to manipulate shadows that take on the form of human-deer hybrids, because this is the epitome of how Chopper sees himself. He sees himself as a monster. Now here's the key. While he's in this domain expansion, the power buff of him utilizing the shadow demons is not enough. His next power buff that he'll have to go to, and this is the extreme, and this is very similar back into the CP9 arc when we saw Chopper first go into Monster Point. Chopper can take in all of these shadows, similar to Gecko Moria's Shadows Asgard, and essentially become an extreme power buff. So essentially, Chopper would then take in all the shadows and become as strong as essentially Mahoraga. So essentially Chopper would take in all these shadows, similar to Moria with Shadows Asgard, and then he would become as powerful as Mahoraga. Mahoraga? Whatever, you get the idea. Essentially Fushigoro's strongest Shinigami. Chopper would take on the entire essence of his shadows and encase that darkness into becoming a demon-deer hybrid. This thing would put Monster Point Chopper to shame, and he still wouldn't have an advantage on Gojo, but it certainly would be intimidating. It'd be more intimidating than the episode we saw with Beppo when he went full Sulong and crushed the Blackbeard pirates. This would be on a scale of unimaginable heights within the Jujutsu Kaisen world, and by extension the One Piece world. This would be absolutely insane. And then Chopper and Gojo would engage in a physical conflict. However, Chopper wouldn't be able to hit Gojo because of shenanigans Gojo has, and Chopper would essentially keep on attacking to no prevail, in which Gojo would defeat Chopper. That's essentially it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was more of just a fun conversation just to have at the internet and throw it out there, because I feel like people don't talk enough about the minor fights. It's still fun to talk about fights, even though you know the winner would be. I would still enjoy that fight. I would enjoy that sequence, and it could be a situation where Chopper still gets the dub by essentially stalling Gojo, right? It doesn't have to be a clear-cut victory for Chopper. It could be something as simple as Chopper's trying to complete a mission, Gojo's in the way of that mission, Chopper's job is to just stall Gojo. And that could be something like that, and I think that would be awesome. But anyway, guys, I love you all. Please like and subscribe. Watch the playlist down below. I hope you enjoyed this versus battle of Gojo versus Chopper, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right. Are they all gone? Now that you're here, you must be a real fan if you made it this far. I want to let you know that there's big things coming to the channel. Bigger things than I thought would ever be possible within my own space. Now, I do have a career. I am working very hard in that career space. That doesn't mean I'm going to give up on you guys. I'm going to keep making content. I'm going to try to make better content, so it's going to take me a little bit more time to make these videos. So if you don't mind holding out, I really appreciate it. Make sure you tune in for these videos. They're going to be much more professionally edited, and they're also going to have better sound quality. So I hope you look forward to that, and I really appreciate you. And if you ever need anything, feel free to reach out in the comments section, or if my email is listed in the description, make sure to reach out to that. I do have my website forum. You can always post on there. It's completely free to do so. You don't have to divulge your information. You could even put a fake email address in the search bar or in the fill out contact info. It doesn't matter to me, but if you need some help, let me know, reach out to me, and I'll grant you that help. Anyway, guys, love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.